where does that courage come from? I mean, that's a certain amount of self-confidence that lets you go listen to someone really hate on your product, or where do you get that? Some people are very sensitive.
I think it's thick skin. I think you have to look at it from the perspective of, while it isn't what I want to hear, it is what's going to make me better. And I really think just how I was raised, being a military brat, growing up, being heavily involved in sports, I think those things kind of influence that thought process. But I think at the end of the day, if you truly want to be successful, those are the type of conversations that you're going to have to listen to and really dig in and understand. And to your point, a lot of people are really sensitive about that. To hear someone doesn't like what I'm doing or doesn't like me is really tough for a lot of people. But I don't think you find success without that, or not say you listen to everything, but I think you have to be able to compartmentalize certain feedback and say, this is useful, this isn't, and be able to quickly dissect those. And I think that just comes from understanding who you are, what your goal is, and really finding, most people start companies and they want it to be, I want $100 million or I want, this amount of, they usually think about the money first. But, for a business to truly grow and scale and be successful, you have to have a set of core values, morals that, regardless of what else happens outside this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm trying to achieve. I know who I am and what I want, and stick to those regardless of kind of what happens outside of that. Because if you lose that, you're going to lose your company and yourself in the process.
So tell me what yours are.
Mine are definitely rooted in helping people. I think, when I came to this company, or when I started this company, it was really geared towards helping people understand a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now as far as, financially, to achieve financial success at such a young age. You get asked that question, well, how did you do it? How do you do that? Mm-hmm. So I definitely think it's doing right by people, putting people before money. And that's not to say that you can't make money, but you have to have that understanding that, if it comes, like with this company, if it comes between making $10 million or helping 10 million people, I'm willing to help 10 million people first, which is usually against all business principles that you learn. However, most people don't realize that if you help 10 million people do something like achieve home ownership, which they thought was never possible, those 2 million people are going to become 10 million people within your sales force that are now going to go out and get you 10 million more people. And that's just a very hypothetical example, but you have to look at it from that perspective to really, and again, that's rooted in helping people, not necessarily just focusing on money or revenue, which is hard when you're trying to raise investment capital.
Hey, thanks for watching these Golden Nuggets. And as a reward, I got another big fat Golden Nugget just for you. I wrote this book for you to help you get your act together online so you can grow your business better. You're searching, you're wanting to learn. This is a great book. Grab the book, grow your business.
Amazing, right?